Timmy, start. Deep dive. Beau Fermor, Origin Smoky. Scored a try off of one of the great forward passes that sunk me in draft last weekend. I'm over it, though. It's fine. Talk to me.
He could have gone to prison for that Tino.
That was fucked.
That was so far forward.
Wild.
I was like, most of us are a Tino owner, and I was like, we've got to have robbery here.
It's not very often you see the old forward out of the hands.
That was a penalty.
Yes.
It was a deliberate forward pass.
It was an alley-oop.
Yeah. Well, let's firstly talk about Beau Fermor. He's one of the most traded players this week, but I told her to leave me out of the Origin chat, so thanks for that. What are your thoughts?
Sorry, my bad.
No. You did well.
Oh, I didn't talk about him?
Yeah, that was
good. Fantastic. Good to see. Cut that out, Kat.
That's staying in.
Doing good things, Bowie. I did look at him this week.
No, did you? Origin chat. Do we think he's... what's his rating for Origin?
Sorry, I thought...
you said to me before today's show that you and Kat had a particularly scat day and you're a bit all over the shop. And look, you haven't failed to deliver.
I did say that, and it was true.
I'm actually not. That was the most confusing 30 seconds for me because I was lost from the beginning.
Do you think Beau Fermor will play Origin?
From 10 to 0.
Who will be the edges? So we have...
What did you two do in Melbourne?
We had a big... We had a trip. Don't worry about that.
What kind of trip?
Speak for yourself, mate.
Oh, you didn't enjoy yourself in Melbourne?
No, I didn't.
What? Fucking Jesus.
Edges for the Maroons.
Yeah, who do we think it'll be?
Well, I think Furmore's a decent chance. There's like David Feeder's not getting picked for the Titans. Jahrome Hughes been off the bench all year because he got demoted to the bench.
I think he'll get picked. I think he's playing himself into it.
You think he'll start?
I reckon he will, personally.
It fills me with joy as a Blue supporter, honestly.
I know, you've certainly kept that to yourself on the show recently. So last year, Nanai was on one edge for the first two games. Then Kurt Capewell started on the edge.
Yeah, and
Ruben Cotter started on the edge in game 3,
edge.
and Jaden Sewer game 1 and game 2.
That's what I mean. So there's no standout.
Yeah, that's very fair. You know what? Based on looking at that, I probably think he will play.
And if not starting, like he offers such versatility off the bench to be able to cover centre as well. He's a huge chance.
Yeah, you know what? Now that you say it, I think he probably will play it. Now that we've put the team together and analysed, I think he will play. So
what's your number?
7 or 8.
I'll go 7.
7. I think 7's fair.
So on to the deep dive. So 132 points on the weekend, had a try and a try assist. It's a very popular trade in this week. The issue with Beau Fermor is, does he keep playing back row? Because he always deputises at centre. 5 games in the second row this season, he's averaging 78.6 per game. He's had 2 games at centre for scores of 28 and 35. Last season, he played 6 games at centre for the Titans. So 553k, break even of negative 18. I think he's a good buy, but with the Origin stuff as well, he'll miss a fair... I mean, he hasn't been picked for the Maroons yet, but he'd miss around 12, 15, 18. They do have 2 of their buys on the major buy rounds, which is good for Origin players for the Titans. So, you know what? You probably still could buy him if you were keen.
I think I'd rather pay up for Dylan Lucas, personally.
I would prefer Lucas too.
Yeah, I think that's what I am going to do this week.
They are very similar. Lucas has better base.
Yep, that's fair. Yep. I side towards Dylan Lucas in that sitch.
You could have both, but...
Little Mexican girl. Jahrome Hughes, talk to me.
Okay, enjoyed
Heaps
that.
weird if you didn't understand it.
Yeah, it took me a minute, yeah. Jahrome Hughes. So more of a question around Jahrome Hughes. He's dropped in price plenty.
I've got him at a 0 to play Origin for what it's worth.
First one you've got right all day, mate. So Jahrome Hughes, 61-point average for the season. He's dropped down to 620k, dropped 185k in price so far. He has had... Disregarding the injury game where he only played 40 minutes against the Warriors, he's averaging 70.4 per game. That included games of 60 minutes and 69 minutes earlier in the year where he was given early spells. Question for you, Roo, is the Storm have poor major buy period schedule. They missed the first 2 major buys in round 12 and 15. But Jahrome Hughes, like he averaged 82 points last year, 71 the year before. Where do you sit with Jahrome Hughes? Is he a target for you? Are you don't own, because you don't own Hines. I think Hines is a buy in the next couple of weeks because he has a great fixtures over that buy period. There's a world where you sell Nathan Cleary leading into Origin. What's your thoughts on Jahrome Hughes?
I've never owned Jahrome Hughes in Classic. Never done it. But you are right. I think Nathan Cleary could quite possibly be a sell over the next few weeks. I think I am going to have to go to either him or Nicho Hines. I'm actually kind of liking what I'm seeing from Hines at the moment, to be completely honest with you.
Nicho's a better buy than Hughes right now, in my opinion, because Nicho plays the first two major buy-ins, round 12 and round 15. So there's a world where you could potentially go Hines or whoever to Jahrome Hughes after that for that round 18 buy where you can just hold him for the rest of the season. But I still feel like probably the two for the back end are going to be Hines and Cleary, but Hines, he's got great coverage and he's starting to look better. Yeah,
I think I prefer Hines over Hughes personally. That's the direction I'll be going in. But I always just worry with Hughes that I'm going to sit down on Friday night, they're going to be humming, but he's not going to be the main guy that night. And that just fucking ruins me. There's just so much strike in that.
So much goes through him.
I know. I don't know.
We did this last year, and it didn't end up well.
No. Yeah, 100%. I've never been a huge Hughes guy, but I think you could go much worse. I am on the Nicho train at some point over the next few weeks.
I think Nicho's the better buy leading into the buy period, yes. Yeah. But you could definitely have both, and he's on my radar.
Yeah. And I've been pretty off Hines from a Supercoach point of view earlier in the season. I'm starting to like what I'm seeing. So let's talk about Sandon Smith. Absolutely killed it on the weekend. Game of his career.
How'd he go for your side?
Didn't pick him. You remember like 3 weeks ago, I made a big song and dance on this show about how he always just finds an attacking side. I'm happy to just pick him every week.
Found heaps of them on the
Yeah, I haven't got it right since. I've played him for all his shit scores and missed out on all the good ones. So
tell you what,
shout out.
After all the questions around hooker, what a difference a week can make. Like I was looking at my hooker position going, spoke about it last week in depth, saying I'm just going to basically not sacrifice the position, but I'm going to hold on to Sandon Smith and play him each week until a better buy emerges. And then he came out and did that. I'm like, oh, wow, he's got the ceiling.
Yeah, he certainly does. With a negative, he's almost at 500K with a -8 break.
Yeah, and he's just, look, I'm realistic that he could come out this week and score 30 and he could do the same the next week. But as far as the hooking options go at the moment, the form that he's shown, he's just sit there and play him until something better pops up.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Anyway, on his stat, second highest Supercoach score of all time for a player that's been sin-binned. Second to Val Holmes against the Tigers in 2023 when he scored 136. That's a shout out to Rando.
I VC'd him that night.
Val?
Yep.
Did you? Was it like that?
No. Yes, it was, sorry. I was in Perth, though.
Wasn't it over the game when they beat him 66-0 or something, and then about a month later they went up north and didn't the Tigers pump them?
No, I think it was only last year that it happened. I was in Perth.
That was last year that it happened.
It was a high-scoring game. It was like 40-30 or something ridiculous. Cowboys ended up winning, but it was a high-scoring affair, and he had a day out, Val. I have a feeling they might have been wearing a Women in League jersey, potentially. Okay. I could be wrong.
Anyway, not overly super.
Doesn't happen very often. I don't know why we were talking about that.
Yeah. Second highest Supercoach score of all time for a player that's been binned.
Yeah, that's good.
Shout out, Rando.
Really good from you. That sounded like a Rando start.
Thanks.
Talk to me about the Sharkies.
Sharkies, a little mate, old mate of yours. Actually, he didn't do great things for you. Briton Nikora.
He did not do great things for me.
Briton Nikora
He did little to no good things for me, let alone great things for me.
Nikora bottoming out at 555K. Still got a break even of 90 because he scored 45 or something on the weekend with the sin bin. Might not have even been that. I'm just getting the shades of last year, Roo, because you got on him early and he did nothing, and then he started going bonkers well after he'd done damage to your team in the wrong way. But after 14 rounds last season, he was averaging 54.8 points per game. He then went the 120 against the Dolphins, where he did look after you. Finished the season with a 70-point average. So basically from that game onwards, he went nuts.
Yeah.
Worth noting, his base from 45 down to 39 this season. Not ideal, but again, like he's for a gun 2RF, he's attack reliant compared to, the big work rate back rowers, but we know he can get it. What are your thoughts? Is he on your radar at all moving forward?
I hadn't looked at him yet. I will start looking at him. I was probably going to start looking at him next week. I mean, you say he's attack reliant, but like he runs the best line in rugby league in a side that's usually running downhill. I mean, he's been average this year. He's scored 5 tries in 8 games. Like, yeah, I'm okay to rely on him to get some attacking stats. I will look at him. I'll give him another week when he'll probably be, he could if he doesn't score a try this week, he could quite easily be down closer to 500k, and then I think you have to seriously consider him.
Let's move on to trades. I think I'm getting him.
Oh, you're doing it? Oh wow!
Guess
the
that means I
sandcastle
am.
has begun to fall.
Guess that means I am too.
We'll write him together.
Not good for you.
No, we work well together. Unlike you two.
Don't be.
please.
What do you mean not good?
Don't
for
hate
Hey,
you.
you brushed me for him.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
it's
now you can ride the
results
train.
based.
Ugh. I like him.
You're going to do it. You're actually going to do it. Now, is this Tim Williams Tuesday night? I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Then you get to Friday and you backflip. You do the complete fucking opposite, or you're actually going to put your balls on the line on Beers and Breakevens here and say I am buying him and there is no backing out.
Firstly, you're describing yourself. Secondly, I captained Drinky last week, mate. I'm a new man.
Okay, so look down the barrel and promise to our Beers and Breakevens fans.
No, because I'm not a dog like you that says, oh, I'll do this, and then you get to Thursday and then I change my mind. I'm also not dumb enough that if I say that now, I have to commit to it.
That's what a commitment is.
Things change during the week.
What's going to change? You know his price. You know the sort of bloke he is. You know the sort of pedigree he has. You know the matchup he has. If you're going to spruik it now, put your balls on the line and back it in.
You're an idiot.
Do it.
No.
Fucking coward. See, nothing's changed at all around here. Nothing has changed at all. It's all smoke and mirrors.
How many times?
What a grind.
Come on, we've all backflipped. After swearing down the barrel of a camera, we've all backflipped. On
Yeah, but we
things.
didn't fucking come in with that sort of macho fucking energy.
I haven't backflipped after standing down the barrel.
What? You're joking, aren't you?
No.
Jesus.
You
got more of DC value than physio
when we
does.
record this, Roo, it's this is what I'm thinking this week. It's not I am doing this week.
Please. So, Briton Nikora, you're actually looking at him, or is this
I think I'm going to buy him.
you think you're going to buy him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm at on an origin scale comparison, I'm at an 8 out of 10.
You're at an 8 out of 10 to buy him
Yeah, I
this
think
week.
I am. I'm going to go
Solid.
Thomas Cant to him.
Okay.
Put it this way, he plays round 12 and round 15, the first 2 major bye rounds. Parramatta this week, great matchup. I think with that coverage of the early origin period coverage, in the next 3 games, I think he's going to have a boomer of a score. Base, yes, it hasn't been great, but he's been so close to getting through the line and scoring tries. He does every week because, as you said, he's the best line runner in the game, basically, as a back rower.
Yep.
He's going to have that score, and then, look, it might be 80, it might be 120, we'll see. But people are going to go, oh, shit, he's playing around 12 and 15. He's bottomed out in price. I'm buying. I just want to go a week or 2 earlier than everyone.
Yeah. Okay. Fair shout. Yeah. I think he'll drop cash this week. I think it'll be a really good look next week, but I have no problem with you going early this week.